Happy Monday, everybody. Welcome to the Wildflower Wills YouTube channel. I'm Louise from Wildflower Will, and it's Monday yet again, and it is cast on day. So I hope everybody is grabbing some knitting, a drink, and getting comfy. We're going to sit here and we're going to chat for an hour about the yarn that you all voted for this week's project. Going to talk about last week's project and the week before's project, which was the sweater and yarn shopping. It was Woolstock. I have a few yarn purchases to show you. So hello everybody. Oh, Nikki says she's got a crochet and a drink. Perfect, perfect. So let's get settled in here. Um let's talk about the yarn for this week. I picked two skeins of sock yarn from my stash. And I know some people could say, well, Louise, you went yarn shopping on the weekend. Why didn't you use new yarn? Because I have a plan for that. So I thought, and it's also going to make me feel better if I use up a little bit of stash yarn before I show you what all I bought. So let's look at the yarn that I pulled from my stash. I decided it was going to be a sock week. And I know there's going to be a few of you who are thinking, Louise, why are you doing socks? Because you can never finish socks. And that is a very valid point. But I am thinking that I just need to cast on with new yarn. I'm thinking all those sock whips that I have, I don't know. Maybe I've just lost the joy of knitting those ones. And I think I just need new yarn. I just need to start fresh and cast on, knit, get it done. That's my plan. That's my plan. Now, this yarn, I know. So Liz says, I didn't even realize one was Christmas and one was Halloween. I'm not entirely sure if this is supposed to be Christmas, but it to me it kind of looks like a vintage Christmas with a bit of yellow in there, which I love. So Jocelyn says, I believe in you, just because she casts on probably more things than I do. Okay, Heritage Prints. This all this has is this little tag with a price tag. So I got it. I don't know where I got it. I don't remember getting this somewhere. Maybe I don't know. Anyways, it is color 9807. Yeah, I don't know. Maybe somebody gifted this to me. I am not sure. Maybe I picked it up somewhere. Gonna try. They put a sticker on top of the label, which is composition. So this, well, hopefully this has nylon in it. I actually didn't check either one of these after I took pictures of them and posted them. I'm like, do they actually have nylon in them? And I thought, well, if they don't, I guess I will be holding a reinforcement thread. Oh, and this isn't telling me either. I guess I could look it up online. Heritage Prints. I'm pretty sure that this has nylon in it. I'm going to assume that it does. Anyway, I thought that it did. Hi, Carol. I met Carol on the weekend. So, I think so this and it looks kind of Christmassy, doesn't it? I was actually going for ones that looked a little Halloweenish, and I found this one here. This is Songbird Yarn and Fibers. Our friend Vicky, Atlantic Puffin is the colorway. So I don't think she's meaning it to be Halloween, but it's orange and there's black and there's white. I mean, it kind of looks Halloween, right? I pulled out another ball of Croy that was kind of orangey and purpley. And I thought, oh, maybe we could do like two Halloween ones. And then I saw this. I thought, well, this looks really fun. I thought maybe we'll go Halloween versus Christmas. And I knew some of you would say, you can't get Halloween socks done. It's too close. It's only what, 2 weeks away? And two people actually mentioned that. They're like, Louise, Louise, Louise. They're like, if you're wanting to wear them for this Halloween, you will never get them done, which is a valid point. And then they in turn voted Christmas. So, oh, Nikki, you love Atlanta Puffin. I know, isn't it beautiful? I just loved it because, well, I'm a little obsessed about puffins. Um, it's kind of a bucket trip list to go somewhere where there is actually puffins, and I want to see them in real life. Oh, This one wants to be seen unscathed. So, um, sock madness is proof. Exactly. I can do it when I put my mind to it if I don't get distracted. So, okay, we don't know exactly what this is, sock yarn, but we're going to say it's probably an 80-20. I'm guessing 80-20. Let's see, Songbird Fibers. So Vicky is the dyer and she is local to us here. She's in Stratford. She is super lovely. Her yarn knits up so beautifully. I have actually finished two pairs of her socks. And she donates money from every sale of her yarn goes to, oh, don't let me see. Does it tell me? It's wildlife bird, a bird sanctuary. Does it tell me on here? But she donates money. Um, okay, I'm not sure. Anyways, she don't donates money from every sale, which is wonderful. Um, oh, Nikki says Newfoundland has puffins and a boat tour that can bring you to Puffin Island. I would love to do that, Nikki. So this one here is definitely 80-20. Um, it's a merino, so 80% superwash merino, 20% nylon. 425 yards, and it's super pretty too. Oh my goodness. Let's look at this one. Look at those. Oh, look at the color. I love this. So this was a super, 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 super close vote, you guys. We have not had a close vote like this in a long time. The last number of weeks, it's always been 60-40, 65-35, something like that. One is always has had a little bit more than the other. Not this week. This week we had a lot of votes again this week. There was 136 votes. That's pretty good for our little poll here on Mondays. And the winning yarn had 52% of the votes. It was split 52-48. That was very close. I looked on Instagram stories and I can't remember which one was ahead, but um I think whatever was ahead on Instagram stories was ahead by 2 votes. That was it. That was it. And when I was going between Facebook and Instagram and looking at all of the comments, a lot of times it was left, right, left, right, left, left, right, right, left, right, left, right. I was like, I did not know. I literally had to count up every single vote. I had to add them all up to know who was the winner. I could not tell by just ticking them all off. So it was fun. But let me see, somebody had left a comment about the Songbird Fibers yarn saying it looks like it would micro stripe. And you were probably right. The other two skeins that I have done of hers does have a little bit of a micro striping, kind of a diagonal stripe to it, which it knits up really, really fun. So I would assume that this probably would as well. Um, let's see, what else did Jocelyn, Alyssa, I think was voting for you. She voted Halloween for Jocelyn. So some people were thinking of Jocelyn and her love of Halloween when they picked this yarn. A couple people said, can never have too many Halloween socks, which I think is completely fair. And but anyways, this one here should knit up really, really fun too. I'm hoping it stripes. So we'll see at some point. Stripes and micro stripes, we'll see. So, okay, shall we get to which one I'm casting on this week? Now, I haven't even thought about how I'm going to cast on, like toe up, cuff down, all of the things. I just know I want to do socks. So the winner, oh, Liz, she admits I like them both. Well, they are both really pretty and they would both look really, really fun knit up, right? I'm just gonna see. Oh, Nita, did you just look this up or did you know? She says Heritage Prints by Cascade. Yes, I'm assuming I think that's what it should be. She says, if so, it's 25% nylon. Oh, it's 75/25. Nice. Thanks, Nita. Let's see. I'm going to take a little look. Nikki says, yes, get some fresh sock mojo. That's exactly what I need. And what better way than with holiday themed yarn, either Halloween or Christmas? I know. I I don't know honestly which one I want to cast on more. I mean, initially I was thinking I wanted Halloween because it is still Halloween. And you guys know I seem to like deadline knitting. And I thought, oh, I could still have time to knit Halloween socks, right? When probably more realistically, I should be thinking Christmas socks. But, anyways, so I thought I would let you guys decide which holiday I would cast on for. So, you want to know the winner? I will tell you the winner. Let me go down here. Liz is giving me a drum roll, so that means it's time. Hi, Kim. Um, oh, Kim's like, you like the Christmas but puffins? I know. Okay, so like I said, 52% of the votes. Super, super close. It literally came down to the last couple of votes. The yarn that I'm casting on for some brand new socks to get my sock knitting mojo back is Christmas. Christmas just beat out this gorgeous Halloween. So, I think that was mostly because you guys all thought I could never get these done, which I admit I have done that to myself, right? My track record for quick finishes is a little sad, but there's always time for improvement. But this is Christmas, so you guys have given me a little bit of breathing room. I'm going to cast these on, and I'm really, really excited to see how these knit up. I think this is going to be so fun. I am, yes, I would love to wear Christmas socks the whole month of December. So I will have to get knitting and get finishing. So I am thinking that I will probably, yes, I'm going to do cuff down. I'm going to do cuff down. I think in because I mean, who am I kidding, right? Time is getting a little close, and I don't want to um like jinx myself here and be like, oh, Christmas socks. I've got lots of time, because then they will sit and they will still not be done until next Christmas. So I think I'm just going to do vanilla sock pattern, cuff down, heel flap and gusset, something that I can just knit in my sleep. That's what I should be trying to do. And get these done. That's the plan. Simple, finished. Well, typically I say finished is better than perfect, but we're going to go what? Finished is better than experimenting with something that could be really super fun but slow me down. So we're going to go with what I know so I can get these done and I can put them on December 1st. And you guys, Christmas movies start this Friday night. I had forgotten about that. I think I seemed to forget that I guess October 20th is Friday night. And Jessica had sent me a message or sent me a post on Facebook with the listing of all the new Hallmark movies. And it was October 20th. And I remember thinking, like, geez, that's before Halloween. That just seems a little bit early. But totally, forgetting that that is this weekend until I was watching the Hallmark Channel this weekend knitting, and they started advertising Christmas movies, and I'm like, "What is this?" So, this will be perfect. This weekend, I can watch Christmas movies and work on my Christmas socks. So, my movie watching and my sock knitting are aligning. Maybe that's what I need to help with some knitting mojo here. So, all right. Oh, Liz says if I put puffin, you would have voted that way. I know. Doesn't the name really help you? I mean, that's puffin. I would say this is like grandma's vintage Christmas or something like that. Liz, what is this? Oh, Liz is fixing the toe of the Christmas sock that I knit too short. Oh, shoot. Oh, well, hopefully that'll be a not, or that should be it should be an easy fix, right? Maybe. All right. So Christmas sock yarn, you guys. Super fun. Um, I'm hoping I can find a 9-inch needle because that's my preferred way. If not, I will just find some DPNs. I may just do DPNs. I'll see what I can find. Whatever I can find, that's the way I'll be casting on. First, I will skein it tonight while I'm watching, put something on Netflix, and I'll skein it up, find some needles, and cast it on. But I'm not going to won't do too much of it tonight because I have something else that I need to finish. So, on that note, let's talk about projects that I've been working on the last couple of weeks. So, last week's project, I've got, oh dear. Okay, I've got stuff sitting down here. Um, last week's project. Last week's project, you all voted for the Karen Cakes yarn. What did I? Oh, I had a pretty skein of sock yarn with this, didn't I? And you guys all voted worsted weight over sock weight, which I think I'm secretly glad that you did because I was kind of missing knitting with these Karen Cakes because the colors are so fun. So this here is an 80/20. Let's take a look here. I'm pretty sure, yep, 80% acrylic, 20% wool. And it just knits up so nice. Red velvet is the colorway. And one of you guys knew that from my post last week. So, which I super like because that means that you know your Karen Cakes super well too. I love when you can walk through the store and you can go name them all, right? It's like, you know, you've been in there shopping too many times when you know all the names off by heart as they're sitting on the shelf. But this is knitting up nice. I've got a little bit of a start on it, and I decided to do a scarf. And I am doing the mistake rib. So you can just see a little bit of it. Oh, there, you can see it pretty good, just like that, can't you? So there it is. I haven't even gotten into the next color. I kept So when you look there, it looks red. It looks like a bright red. It doesn't look like rust, does it? But I I thought for sure I would only get about 2 rows and I would be into the bright red. But I kept knitting and knitting. And where's the bright red? Look at it's still I still have a few more rows, which is maybe going to be nice because then it'll make my color blocks a little bit bigger. But it's like seriously, where is the rest in here? Oh, there it is. Oh, okay, I'm gonna stop pulling because there's okay. There is some rest in there. I thought I had seriously, I thought I had about 2 or 3 rows in there. Maybe I don't. Okay, this it's not gonna be a quick color change right off the bat. I was hoping to get right to the red, but that's not gonna happen. So this yarn here, they're the pattern. I love doing this. I've done a bunch of these mistake rib scarves in the past, and I think I've done some with the Karen Cakes, and they knit up really nice. So I'm using a 5 millimeter needle. It's a worsted weight yarn, and I put on 30 some odd stitches. 6, 8, 10, 12, 14, 16, 18, 20, 22, 24, 26, 28, 30, 32, 34, 35 apparently is what I have on here. So it's a multiple of 4 plus 3, and that is the ending of having the 3 stitches versus the 4 is what offsets your stitches for the next row. So you're just always working knit 2, purl 2, knit 2, purl 2 until you get to the end, and you just keep basically working knit 2, purl 2, and then you just run it 1 stitch at the end, and then you just turn it around and you keep going. Just as simple as that. And it just makes a really nice textured, um, basically a rib, and it's nice and soft and squishy. I really, really like it. It's fun to knit. It's really easy. You can read your stitches as you're going along, so you shouldn't, knock on wood, get your stitch pattern mucked up. But it's easy enough if you can see, you'll be able to see because you're only ever working the first stitch is the same. So if you're knitting, the first stitch is a knit, and then you're knitting and the stitch is a purl. So out of your pair of stitches, the first one is the same. It's either a knit, you're knitting and it's a knit, you're purling and it's a purl. The second one is the opposite, kind of like seed stitch. So that's how you can tell. So if you ever get off track and all of a sudden you're making ribbing, knitting two, purling two, then you just go back to wherever you got messed up and you fix it and carry on. Pretty easy. It really is easy. It's good TV knitting. It's good knit night knitting project. I like it. I like it a lot. And it does pull in because when I did originally cast this on, I thought I had cast on too many. I was just I was just guessing. And when I had only done about a row or two, it did look a lot wider. And I was like, "Oh, this might be too wide." And but once you get a few rows done, that ribbing pulls in. So I think I like that. However wide that is, I think it's good. So I'm just going to carry on with this. So this can be my, um, you know, my late at night knitting, and I really, really want to try and work hard on this week and get a chunk of this done, as long with my new socks, because I'm bound and determined that these socks are not going to sit with just the leg done, never ever to be finished again, because I truly, truly do want to wear these in a month. So just mustering up all of this finishing energy, and that's what's going to happen. So now, as I'm talking about finishing energy, Jocelyn is asking me, did I finish my sweater on time? No. No. And I told myself I would not be coming on here and saying I did not get it done. And here we are. So, but I'm close. I am so close. Um, no, no, life just happened. And I could have. Looking back, the day is not over. That's right. So Alyssa's saying focus. I know you guys are leaving me focus messages on Facebook. It was so fun. But I did. I tried really hard, and but there was a couple of days that stuff just came up. Friday, um when I thought about it, I thought, okay, Friday, this past like couple days ago, I thought, okay, I have Friday off. I'm not working. I can knit most of the day. But then I ended up, seeing my granddaughter for a couple of hours. So, that I gave up knitting time very happily to do that. And, then, I drove to Paris to meet Cheryl, and then we set up, and I didn't knit at all Friday night until we got back to the hotel, the room at, like, about after 9. And, so I knit a couple hours then, but, if I had had all day Friday to knit, um, yeah, I probably I could have worn it. So, let me show you what I've got done. So, um, because I was trying to make sure that I could get it done, I was going for more of a cropped look, and since I knew I was gonna wear it on Saturday, I ended up making the body a couple of, inches longer. I was gonna add more ribbing, but then I decided to not do the ribbing as long, and so I did a little bit more stockinette. I know who oh, Sally said Scarlett trumps knitting anytime. She most certainly does. So, yeah, I wasn't gonna give up a chance of, snuggling with her and playing with her just so I could sit at home and knit a sweater. So, and let me tell you, that's probably the only time I've said that, because any other time, I would have picked by myself at home and knitting on something versus a lot of other things, but, she's only little for a very little time. So anyways, but you're right, my sweater is gonna be done, probably tomorrow night is what my plan is. So, I do have 2 sleeves done. Look, cuffs. Now, to be full disclosure, they don't match. But that's kind of on purpose. That is on, but was done on purpose. So, because there's a story. You guys want to sit back? There's always a story with my knitting. So there is that, and I've still have the needles down here on the bottom because I ran out of yarn. I probably well, I would have been a lot farther along, but when I was knitting it, I forgot to take the brand new ball of yarn with me, so I couldn't go any further on it, which was a bit of a problem. But anyways, I just let that go. At first, I thought, how in the world, like, is that not kind of like knitting 101? Have all of your yarn with the project, along with the pattern and your stitch markers and your tape measure. Nope, I left the house and left the brand new ball of yarn at home. So, anyways, but it fits, you guys. I'm happy with it. I like it. Um, so let's talk about the sleeves though. I made Jocelyn said she's got her tea ready for a story. I made a mistake. I think I was so focused because I was really, really, really trying to knit and I was knitting, staying up pretty late, um, a lot of nights last week after work to try and get as much done as I could. And I completely it didn't even dawn on me. So I knit this back and forth. Knit a row, purl a row, knit a row, purl a row. Flat knitting. Do you know where I'm going with this? And I liked my gauge. It's not super, super tight. It's not super, super loose. You can, do the pinky test. Like it's loose enough. I wouldn't want it any looser. Um, I was happy with it. Then I got to the sleeve. I picked up stitches for the sleeve, cast on under the underarm, started knitting round and round and round, and hi Linnell. And not even gluing in as I'm knitting it. I'm thinking, huh, this seems tight. Still not cluing in because I'm just focused on I have figured out, how many rounds, what my row gauge is, and the length because I tried it on multiple times and I knew I needed to do, I don't know, I had like 16 inches and divided by like 5 rounds to the inch. And that was going to be, I had so many hours, so many days, and I was just like focused. Exactly, Jocelyn. And I'm like, not even cluing into that my gauge is always different when I knit in the round. And on one of my last sweaters, I did the same thing, but I caught it super quick. I just done a couple of rounds and I'm like, oh, wait, my gauge is way tight. And I think I'm sure we talked about that when I was knitting that sweater. So I switched and went to a bigger needle size. This one, no, because I had a plan. I had it all wrote down. I had to do so many rows and I had to knit, knit, knit and tick them all off. I did the whole thing and it wasn't until I got down almost to the cuff and I wanted to do a nice big long ribbing on this one for some reason. And I got to about here and all of a sudden, the light bulb goes off. I'm like, "Oh my goodness, Louise, I did not switch needles." Anyways, but of course, at this point, I was still thinking I was gonna wear it. So, I tried it on, I'm like, "Yeah, okay, it's maybe a smidge tight, but I think it stretches, it'll be fine." So, when I went over here to do sleeve number 2, I thought my thinking was, I thought, I might just pull this sleeve out. So I went up a needle size for this one. And it's a lot nicer. It's not near as stiff. My row gauge definitely changed because I did not have to do as many rows. I was not a lot though. About 8. I was about 8 rows according to my because I was keeping track of my rows, so both sleeves could be the same size, same length. About 8 rows. Um, I didn't have to knit those last 8 rows on my chart because I had already got to the length. So my ribbing is a little less, and I actually decided I liked this length of ribbing. I don't know, for some reason I was thinking I wanted really long ribbing on the sleeves and a really, really deep ribbing around the bottom. So, good thing I didn't knit them at the same time. You're right, Nancy. See, I guess sometimes there's a reason for that because if you mess it up, then you're messing them both up. But I'm sure now that this is twice. The first time I caught myself, this sleeve I didn't. But oh well, it's a perfect example of you learn best by making mistakes. And honestly, I put it on last night and I was like, you know what? The sleeves don't really feel that much different. This one here's a smidge tighter, but I'm like, is it tight enough that I would pull it out? And now that they're knit at a different gauge and the cuff length is well, okay, so that's where the if I'm down here, I'm like, I don't know. Nobody's really gonna know my ribbing's different lengths, are they? No, I'm thinking I might just leave the sleeve and carry on. So I have to what I have to do is I just have to pick up for the band and I just have to put a front band on here, which is only how many rows is that? Not very many rows and it's done. So I'm so close and now I'm thinking I may just wear it the way it is. I may wear it once the way it is and not worry about the sleeves being knit differently because who's really going to notice that? But Nancy's saying she likes how it marred. I really am happy. Can you see? I'm really happy. And I didn't worry about the sleeves. Um, Remember last week I was really concerned about the sleeves and I was thinking that I would knit so far, cut the yarn, pull it out to the next colorway and knit. Well, and then again, I got thinking I didn't have time for messing around and thinking and watching and measuring rows, counting rows. And Amanda had posted a picture in the Fiber Friends group after our chat about this, and she said that she had done her daughter a sweater. I think it was out of the Karen Cakes, and she's like, don't worry, the sleeves look fine. Don't worry, just knit them." And on her daughter's sweater, it was the body was nice and striped, and then the sleeves were more color blocked. And I was like, do I like that? I'm like, in the end, I decided, and, I don't think it bothers me as much, and maybe because it's more marled and it blends, it's not just a solid, like something bright, like a red and a blue and a lime green, that it does just all blend, that the stripes are wider, but I think I'm okay with it. I mean, it doesn't match perfectly, but heck, those those leaves are knit on different needle size. The ribbing is different length, so nothing is really matching on this sweater. But I think in the end, it'll just be a great sweater to pull on and wear. Perfect days like this where you just need a sweater. And so I think I'll just finish it the way it is and I'm going to wear it. And if the sleeves bother me, I will just maybe well, I could pull out the cuff. I don't know. Or I could just leave it and move on to the next sweater. What do you guys think? Would you leave it? It seems like a pretty big thing to leave, but I'm thinking about it. Um, I don't know. What would you guys all do? I would you pull it out? I mean, I could pull it out because really it's a night. It's a night, a full night, an afternoon of knitting. It's chunky weight yarn. The sleeve should be done on a 6 millimeter needle. The body was done on a 5.5. And it's really not that much. Now, you guys know I am not the biggest lover of Magic Loop. And the first sleeve I did on Magic Loop because that was the needle head. And the second sleeve, I took the time and I found a 16-inch needle and I knit the whole sleeve on a 16-inch needle and I was so much happier. So much happier just knitting round and round and round. I just found on doing Magic Loop on such small amount of stitches that I felt like I was fiddling with my needles almost as much time as I was knitting halfway across the sleeve. So I think I found that for me anyways, doing Magic Loop on the sleeve, definitely I felt like it slowed me down a lot. And I feel like I knit the second sleeve on the 16-inch needle a lot faster. So, yeah, so I know I'd be fine either way. It's a little snugger, but it's not that bad. It's not that bad. So let's see. Sally said I would have to redo it. Nancy says, depend on how it looked and felt. Okay, so once I get, and no one will know about the sleeves. I think it's great. Nikki says, I know. I will, I will finish it. I'm going to put the front band on it, and then I'll take a picture wearing it. And then you guys can vote. Maybe I'll do a poll on Instagram and be like, what do you think of the sleeves? Keep it or rip it. And then we'll see what we'll have to do. Liz would have to redo it also. Cindy says I love it. Tammy says pull it out and redo the sleeves. A little tight never gets better. Maybe a good idea, Tammy. Cindy says I would fix it. Wear it and see how I feel. I know. I may just wear it. Maybe it'll Maybe it'll stretch. Maybe it won't be that bad. I don't know. I'll see. I'll try it on again. I only tried it on the once, and when I tried it, so I was trying it on as I was knitting it, like, quite often to make sure that I was doing my increases, that it was gonna fit across the chest, and then I tried it on a couple times for the sleeves because I was going more for the length to see, where I was, and, the sleeve was fitting perfectly fine until the very last time I tried it on when I was just, like, down to see where my ribbing was, and that's when I put it on. My at first gut instinct was like, "Ooh, this feels tight." But then when I put it on after both sleeves were done, I was expecting that this one was gonna feel really tight, this one was gonna feel nice and more ease, and I put it on, and it's like, "Oh, there's not much difference." So, I don't know. Anyways, that's the story of the sweater. So it is still not done, but I'm gonna work on it tonight. Liz says you're no longer on a deadline, so fix it. I know, but I want it done. And technically today is day 14, and I was really trying to wear it on the Saturday, that was 12 days. So if I could work on it tonight and finish it for tomorrow night, a sweater in 15 days, I'm still calling that a win. I mean, I am I would be super happy with that. So let's see. Louise says, "Are you going to wear it with a long sleeve shirt because that will make a difference as far as." Exactly. And I think so when I tried it on the second time when I was surprised that it did not feel as tight, I did have a long sleeve shirt on. And because then I thought it would really feel tight, but it didn't. No. I will try it on again. One time I tried it on, it was tight. One time I tried it on, it was okay. I'll try it on the third and see which way we go. And then I'll see if I'm going to fix it or not. Oh, Nikki says I could steam block out the right sleeve to make it slightly looser. Watch it felt and it will fit Scarlett. No, it won't because it's acrylic. This is the Loops and Threads Impressions, and it's 100% acrylic. So I know, wouldn't that be crazy if I felted it? But anyways, it's nice, and it's not bad. Like I said before, it's not the softest of acrylics, like the nicest acrylic I've knit with, but I've also knit with a whole lot worse. Like it is nice. And yeah, so Nikki says you can steam black acrylic or wool and it will relax. And yeah, I could do that too. So, anyways, that's that. My raglan decreases. So I'm happy with it so far. I know if I'd had one more day, if I'd had one day of no interruptions, I could have had it done. I could have picked up stitches, I could have knit those bands, and it would have been done. But you know what? It's the story of my life. It's like always wishing I had just a little more time to fit everything in, but that's okay. It's almost done and it will be done I'll be able to wear it this weekend. Absolutely, for sure. Maybe even to work towards the end of the week. Okay, so let's talk about wool stock here for a few minutes, you guys. So Cheryl and I will talk more about it on Saturday at the Fiber Friends podcast, and we'll probably show all of our purchases. But for tonight, I did just bring up the little bit of yarn that I bought to show you. So Woolstock was so much fun, and Cheryl and I got to meet a lot of you guys. It was so fun to give everybody a hug and just chit chat about what people were, what their purchases were, what they were wearing, what their sweaters were, what their shawls were. It was a lot of fun to get to meet you guys in person. So I got some yarn. I bought some yarn. I didn't buy a whole lot of yarn. I bought a bunch of other things, but I did get a little bit of yarn, and I tried to have a plan for it. So you guys will be a little shocked that I am putting a little thought into my New Start Monday projects in the near future. So I bought a bunch of minis. So the lady, I believe her name was Barb, had the booth beside Cheryl's. And so it's hard when you sit there all day and you have this beautiful yarn staring at you not to come home with any of it. I just went over and I picked up some minis, and I thought this would make a really fun striped hat. So they are so South Beach. This is her. So these are only 10 gram minis. And there was 75/25 superwash merino. And I don't think, no, there's no color names on here. So we just have a pretty light blue and a gray and like a tangerine color because I could not resist this color. And a lovely kind of a sagey green and chestnut brown, and then more like a turquoise. So I just like these. She had these in sparkles. Sparkles seem to be super popular on the weekend. A lot of people were buying sparkly yarn or wearing sparkly yarn. And she had some of these in sparkles, and I debated. I almost got sparkles. Sparkle is what drew me over there to look at them in the first place. And then I ended up going with non sparkle. So that is going to be a project sometime before Christmas, maybe possibly after Christmas, probably after Christmas. And then there was a stop at Mary Maxim. Cheryl and I made it to Mary Maxim. There was, um, we were cutting it close, but we got there. We stopped there before we set up Cheryl's booth because they were going to be closing. So we did get there. We looked through the yarn. Not actually, we didn't even look through all of it. We looked through just a little bit. Then we went and looked at the sock yarn. Then we went into the clearance room and took a look in there. And then they started shutting the lights off. So it was a sign. It was time to go. So I will show you really quick what I got. Hold on. I just got to reach down here and grab it. Oh, I forgot. Let's backtrack for a second. I did buy more yarn at the show. Amber came around and visited with Cheryl and I, and then Amber and I went for a little walk to one of the other buildings that I hadn't been in, and there was a new dyer there. And I'm not sure. I heard somebody say that there was a new dyer local to us, and so I'm not entirely the exact pronunciation is her label is sparkly. So it's like Hoko, Hoko, Hoko. So she was a lovely lady. Got to meet her at her booth. And this skein of mohair, I don't know, I fell in love with this. It's peachy color and green. And I was like, "Oh my goodness, I really, really like this." So, and the color name is Tulip. So, Liz, you said Puffin would have made you vote the other way, or vote for Puffin. I know Tulip. Soon as I liked the yarn, and then as soon as I saw the name was Tulip, I'm like, "It's a flower. You've got me right there." So, what is this? I don't even know. Oh, there's silk in it. I was gonna say, I don't even think I read. Literally Tulip is the first line. You had me at tulip. I didn't even read any farther. This has silk in it, you guys. Um, oh my god. Oh yeah, okay. And it's okay, okay. It has silk. Okay, so let me see here. Okay, note. Read the ball bands before you buy it, ladies and gentlemen. Um, yeah, don't get carried away by the name and the color and just buy randomly. Don't do that. Fiber type, it's 70% kid mohair silk. No, okay, stop. 70% mohair, 30% silk. Lace weight, one ply, 400 meters. Okay. Well, I'm glad that was a happy surprise. I was actually interested in getting some silk. Look at that. Okay, I got silk and I didn't even know it. I was just I would have been just happy if it was mohair, but I should have known because it does feel really silky. So, and then this one here. So this is again same dyer. Those yarn labels don't show up too well on here. So, okay, now I didn't even read this label either. I just again liked the color orange and green. I just really, really liked that. And then I thought, ooh, those would look pretty together, wouldn't they? Okay, so let's both at the same time see what I bought. Um, okay, let's see. Oh my God, the color is called Fuzzy Peach. And it is 100% superwash merino wool. It is a sock weight, two ply. Good job I didn't buy it for socks because there's no nylon in here. It's 100% superwash merino. Lovely. Okay, it feels really, really nice. The Christmas yarn won. Yes, it did, Sally. Right here by 52%. Super, super close voting tonight. So anyways, I'm gonna put these two together and these are gonna be a shawl. So this will be a new start Monday, probably after Christmas as well. Or maybe before. I don't know. We'll see how long I can wait to cast it on. Oh, Jocelyn saying sparkle yarn is so much fun. Yes, it is fun. It is fun. Yeah, no, and maybe you never know. Maybe I'll get some sparkle between now and Christmas. Well, I did. Okay. I was gonna say between now and Christmas. Maybe I'll get more, but I did get some sparkle yarn. So when we this is okay, now we're back to Mary Maxim here. Um, we looked at the Christmas sock yarn. So I got two skeins of this. This is a colorway. I'm pretty sure I did not buy this last year. And it's called Candy Cane Sparkle. But it has couple different see that how it's like a bluey green here? I'm pretty sure I didn't buy this last year. If I did, I will not be I will not be sad about that. I will be happy to have more. I will gladly have more. I bought 2 balls of this because I want to do a Christmas shawl to wear this Christmas, you guys. This is going to get started in a couple of weeks. This will be a new start Monday before Christmas. What else? Oh, and then I found this little book. So I'm going to obviously be a Christmas present so I can say I've officially started my Christmas shopping now. I love this. Scarlet helps to save the planet. Perfect. It's a cute little book. So I grabbed that and I bought a couple more balls of sock yarn. Sorry if this bag is rattling. There was sock yarn in the clearance room. How can you not buy sock yarn when it's on sale? I think I went there thinking, "I am not buying any more sock yarn because I have lots." Um, and I thought, "Yeah, I don't really want sock yarn." I was looking more for chunky yarn. Well, I came home with 2 skeins of this because I thought I could do this as a shawl as well. I was at this point, I was buying sock yarn. I was buying it in 2 so I could do 2 skein shawls because I was thinking, "Yep, I'm not doing socks. I'm not gonna do a whole ton of socks. I'm gonna be realistic. I'm gonna use sock yarn for 2 skein shawls." So I bought 2 skeins of this. So this here is, what is it? Sockies and it's 400 meters, 437 yards. It's machine washable. Bum, bum, bum. What colorway was this? Dark and stormy. So it may look black on the screen, but well, there is well, that actually looks pretty true. There's black and kind of a browny beige color, and then there, you can see the blue in there. So I really, really liked this. And then okay. Oh, you guys, I just said what not 30 seconds ago I was buying sock yarn for shawls. Well, yeah, except for this skein. I only bought one of these because I thought they would make pretty socks. And I do need some new hand knit socks. So I did just buy one skein of this because this is pretty. Again, it is sock ease. And what color is this? My tie. And it looks nice. Like that looks exactly what kind of the muted colors. I really, really, really like that. And they had a sample knit up, sample style, you guys. They had a sample knit up, and I was like, oh, those really look good. Back to the Christmas yarn. They had a sample. Cheryl and I both picked up a ball of yarn, not this one, but a different, and it looked gorgeous in the ball. They had a sample knit up, and both of us put this the ball back. We're like, I did not like how it knit up. And, yeah, so in that case, it did not work, but this one here looked really pretty knit up. So, anyways, Nancy, Eric's sock was candy cane, but it had blue in it, right? It was all dark. Oh my gosh, you guys. I put those in a Christmas box, right? I'm pretty sure. I put those in a safe spot, so I would have them for this year. And I don't know where I put them. Oh, no. Um, they were dark. I don't think they had blue in them, but they were like a really dark green, a really dark burgundy. I will find them. I know I put them somewhere where I would find them, like November-ish. So, I think I put them in a Christmas decoration box. I'm sure of it. I'm sure of it. They will not be, oh, okay, Hoko is short for Hong Kong. Hong Kong, Hong Kong. Okay. Oh, I love that. Okay, that makes a lot of sense. Um, yeah, I'm really excited. It's always fun to find a new dyer and and try their yarn, right? So it's yeah, I'm glad that I found her, and that was just by luck that at least I didn't know. I don't know if Amber realized that booth that we stopped at that was the new local yarn dyer to us, but I didn't know until I picked up the yarn and looked at it, and so that was nice. I was glad to support a new dyer. Okay, I think that's it, you guys. Okay, we have a we have just a couple minutes left. Oh, I wonder if Linda's watching. Okay, you guys. Linda sent me a picture of a sweater that had a stain in it. I don't know what it is. I don't know if she knows what it is. Um, I think somebody brought it to her, and she is wondering what is the best way you guys have found to get a stain? I don't know if it was coffee or pop. Um, how do you get stains out of a knitted sweater? Let's see. Just say I'll give you guys a couple minutes to type in. Have you had to do that before? I know um, Linda was asking about Dawn dish soap, and she also asked about peroxide. So Linda, I did ask I just quickly, I hope you don't mind. I shared your picture in a knitting group that I'm in. Because I was at work when you sent it, and so I just quickly, I just said, I'm like, what do you guys think? And oh, that was a good question. What type of yarn? I think it was wool. It was wool. I think there was a tag in there that said wool. Um, So, I mean, my first thought was just using just a regular laundry stain remover and soaking it in that. Um, would you use now I don't know, there was something like if you Google search it, does it come up with peroxide? OxyClean, that was I was thinking too. Oh, no on silk. Okay, takes the coloring out. That I did not know. But I think it should be fine on wool though. Oh, baking soda. Okay, that I did not know. I honestly haven't had too many stains on my knitting, and I'm pretty sure if I did, I didn't get too fancy. Well, not fancy, but thinking outside the box, I guess is what I should say. I'm sure that I just used like a regular, probably like spray and wash or um um what is that, Nancy? Yes, she did with Anne. Was that sorry, I'm just looking back to see if there's another comment there. Um And I'm wondering if club soda would work. I've used it on upholstery and carpet. See, that's right. If you've got wool carpet, that would be the same as a wool sweat. I mean, it should be, right? Okay, club soda. Yeah, that's supposed to do the trick on a lot of things, isn't it? Oh, there was some blue in Eric's socks. Was there? Okay, I'm gonna have to find these. Look at them again. There could be. I remember something being really dark. Maybe it was a dark blue. Okay, let's see. Liz says I would try natural ingredients first. Like, I mean, obviously, we know we're not going to want to use bleach. Like, you don't want to use bleach because bleach will eat wool. Um, but yeah, something like baking soda, club soda, something like that. That's going to be a little gentle. The OxyClean, yeah, a couple people had mentioned that, but okay, that's good to know, Tammy, not to use it on silk. Okay, let me see here. Oh, Sam says she sent a picture. S- Um, Oh my gosh, it's a bat. That is awesome, Sam. Look at this, you guys. Halloween bat. That's so fun. Let me look here. Did I just see? Um, Let me look here. Okay. All right. So there's a couple. So Linda, if you're not here, I can send you, I'll message those options to you as well. The club soda, the baking soda. Is there anything else? Oh, Anne was asking if I finished. Yes, I did. I did. I know. I did. I did. Okay, well, guys, that was good. Thank you for the tips for the cleaning. That's something I guess, yeah, we should probably all kind of know that, right? If we ever need some like stain removal, because it's easy to get a stain on stuff, isn't it? So, um, oh my gosh, Sam's at 161. You're over that 160 mark, Sam. That's fantastic. Oh, you know what? I don't think she has the scrap yarn. I think this was somebody gave this to her or somebody brought it to her, I think, to try to fix. So, um, anyways, yeah, but that's a good idea though for us that have our projects. That's right. Try, yeah, spraying like if you've got laundry stain remover, spray it on your scraps and see what it does. Very true. Okay. Well, guys, all right. So I'm gonna put all my new yarn away for right now, and I will keep it in a safe spot so I can find it Saturday. And and I'll show I did buy a few other not well, they're yarny things, but they are not balls of yarn. So I will show you those on Saturday when Cheryl and I are showing off all of our stuff. So thanks guys for voting for Christmas. I'm excited. I'm gonna go wind this up now. I'm gonna go work on my sweater for a couple of hours and see how far I get. So stay tuned. Look on Instagram. and you will see a finished sweater in the next day or two. Yes, plain socks, Nancy. Quick and fast. Quick and fast. Simple and fast, simple and fast. I think that's what I wish to say. Simple and fast. That's right. Thursday, Jocelyn and I is back to mid-month motivation. Jocelyn and I will be back here on Thursday night. So this is the perfect time if you're going to need extra time for, holiday. Um, um, okay. Did I just insert an ad in here? How does that work on a live? Um, yes. So time, if you're thinking about holiday knits, there will be Thursday night, Jocelyn and I. You can sit down and work on some more projects and work towards the finish. All right, everybody. I'm gonna head out because I'm gonna start working on my sweater and wind up the sock yarn. So thanks for voting. Thanks for chatting here tonight. And I will see you all Thursday night. And then of course back here Monday with another project to start and hopefully finish at least one. 2 would be fantastic, but I'm not gonna hold my breath for that one. All right, everybody. See you Thursday. Happy knitting and crafting, and I will see you all Thursday night. Bye, everybody.